Good day, everyone. Welcome to Untold, the show where we give you the untold stories of people who are doing positive changes in the society. And today, I'm very pleased to have Advocate James Bayanai, a Zimbabwean right now based in Texas, who's doing an amazing job through his foundation called Zimbabwe Youth Development Foundation. Let's welcome Advocate Bayanai. Advocate Bayanai, my bad.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fidelis, and thank you very much for the correction. It's James Bayanai.
Bayanai. I actually said your name Bayanai, but I'm just saying Bayani. But forgive me for that.
You're the first person. You are not the first person. Most people here just call me Bayani, and I don't know why, but it's Bayani.
Usually, according to our conscience, is we do not read the a word until we finish it, but we just presume it is saying Bayani instead of Bayanai.
You see.
Right. Okay, so who's Advocate Bayanai?
Well, Advocate James was born and raised in Chirumanzu rural community.
Yes.
Chirumanzu is in the Midlands province, between Masvingo and Gweru.
And Gweru, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where I did my education there, my primary school education at Mawari Primary School, and my at Hama High School, before proceeding to the University of Zimbabwe, where I did my Bachelor of Laws honors degree there.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I've also seen that you once studied in Highfield. That's where I grew up also. I was born and raised in Highfield. Yes, I was born and raised in Highfield. Then I studied at Kwaiza High School. From Kwaiza High School, I started at Rushingo Primary School, then Kwaiza High School. Then I proceeded going further. But I'm just a product of Highfield.
Oh yeah, I did a part of my primary school in Highfield at Mutasa Primary School.
All right.
Yes, and we were living in Egypt. I don't know if you know. Just close to.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do know.
Between Lusaka and Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, yes. I do remember. Okay, so Advocate, tell us more about your foundation. How did it start and what was your motive? Because I've seen you are doing an amazing job with your foundation. You've given a textbook to more than 20 or 25 schools, especially the marginalized rural schools in Zimbabwe.
Well, the story of our foundation, I normally want to call it our foundation because it's not just me. We have a go on the ground.
Okay.
So they should also it for that. Yes. So the story of this foundation is that in Zimbabwe Youth Development Foundation Trust.
Yes.
I started this in 2010.
All right.
So back then, we normally focus on improving literacy in Zimbabwe, trying to do that with basic educational materials to vulnerable children in the rural community. Not only the rural communities, we do provide also to schools in Harare or in Go. Yes. So, but basically, we mainly focus on vulnerable children.
Vulnerable, yes, the marginalized.
Yes, in rural schools. So, in 2010, while I was in Cape Town, just trying to see where life can take me to, and it was just soon after college. Then I had a conversation on radio, of some young people who were doing amazing work in Cape Town.
Is it?
So yes. So these young people, they were talking about development work they were doing in Cape Town. It was so amazing. In Elicha area, Langa area, all those places. So what they did was that after the program, after listening to those, I was thinking to myself, what can I do to my community back in Zimbabwe? Then I decided, no, I should focus on education, and I should try by all means to provide some resources back home. So the next step that I did was that to look for opportunities. I went on the internet. I tried to Google some opportunities. It also what was mostly important, what I did was that I searched for the organization that those young people in Cape Town were involved with.
Okay.
So I conducted this organization. It was called Peace Child International in the UK.
Okay.
Oh, then they said, oh, James, an amazing idea what you want to do. We have the World Youth Cup in Turkey, Istanbul. If you want to come and exhibit the project. Then I was like, what? Then I said, no, that's
how it started.
You somehow, you know, of the airfare and all the stuff. Then in a couple of months, I flew to Istanbul, Turkey. You know, I met a lot of young, ambitious people who were doing, who were doing amazing work in their countries. I mean, people from maybe over 100 countries. I stayed there for about a month.
In Istanbul.
Then. Yes. Then I came back to Zimbabwe with a new lease of life. No, I had met a lot of.
You met a lot of people who are doing different stuff in their countries. Of course, you have to come with different ideas also, and I'm sure you mind it widened.
Yes. I had my mind had broadened up. Like you come there with vigor, with enthusiasm. No, you come there like, oh, really? I really need to make a change in my community. So when I came back to Zimbabwe, because of the connections that I had made there, I started to, hey, please, I mean, this is what I'm doing. What. So from there on back, I remember the first people who supported me were some guys from Hawaii in the United States.
Okay.
They said, James, we love the work that you are doing in Zimbabwe. What we are doing, how can we support? And I told them how they could support. Then they started sending me, boxes and boxes of books and some computers. And I started sharing with my community there in Zimbabwe. That was in probably somewhere around 2011. Then 2013, I started to get in touch with a lot of organizations and this. Yes, then I started to receive from boxes to containers.
Okay.
So the first container of books we got and other educational materials was in 2012, and they all started distributing them, to different schools throughout Zimbabwe. We went to Chirumanzu area. From Chirumanzu area, we went to this Mashona
Midlands.
Yes, we did Midlands. We were all over the. So from there on, I started to work with other partners, and just to cut the long story short, up to now we have probably had 5 containers and distributed. Roughly between 300 to 400,000 books.
Wow.
Throughout Zimbabwe.
Wow.
And
yes.
Yeah. We have also established.
Yeah, I'm grateful with the amazing work that you are doing, because I remember when we were studying, not having a textbook is also a bit problematic, because I remember the other schools that don't have textbooks and they just have one book in the whole class. And just imagine having one textbook in the whole class and the students are around 20, 30. So what you are doing is really amazing and I'm impressed. That's the reason why I said, Advocates doing something huge, something great, that I also inspired that one day I might indulge and also start to support your organization, also to help people, because we were fortunate enough to have these things, but there are a lot of people out there in the rural areas who are not having these, so they also need to have the right to these educational textbooks and stuff.
Yes. So yeah, you are right. So basically, it's a cause for concern actually, because I remember back then when I was in primary school, sometimes we used to, the class used to share one book, somebody would be reading in front.
Yes.
But people would say, you're bringing books from America, you're bringing books from the UK. How are they going to help children and all that kind of thing? So basically, we tell them, these will not be curriculum-based books, because people people in Zimbabwe, we have a culture of reading to pass, right?
Yeah.
So what we are trying to do is just to bring a reading culture.
Reading culture, because I do believe that readers are good leaders.
Yes, a culture of studying. It doesn't matter where, what subject, doesn't matter what type of a book is it. Because if it's a novel, it's a novel. You just have to, just because the novel is the one that is in the syllabus, and you have to concentrate on only that. But you just must have a wide range of reading, because it's gonna broaden your mind. It's gonna enhance your opportunities as well.
So I've also seen that there's a time that you went to jail. I think it's a maximum prison, where you donated wheelchairs and also food. How was that important to you?
Oh, when you said you went to jail, I was like, did I ever go to jail?
No, actually, you did a amazing job that you did, giving people food.
Oh yeah, yes. So it's not all about. It's not. I don't just give out books and all that kind of, and computers, that kind of. I try by all means to make sure that every time where I see there's a need, then I can just chip in to the best of my
Yes.
Yes. So I remember we donated some wheelchairs, and to some other, I remember that, and I mean that was the best we could do at that time. Also, just to offer a hand where there's a need. And also, apart from that, we also built a library in Chirumanzo.
Yes. I think I read about it also. Yes. So that was that you were studying, or it was around the area that you were living in?
It was the same school, yes, and we are also working on a project. I mean, the school right now is so bad, so we are also working right away as we speak. We're trying to put together some resources to refurbish the whole school, something like that.
Yeah, that's really amazing. So, how I've seen also you are involved in spelling bee. The foundation is the trust is also involved in spelling bee. To those who are watching us, they do not know what is it all about. Can you tell us what is the spelling bee, and how does it help children and young people who are participating in this competition?
Yes, so a couple of years ago, we decided to start the spelling bee competition. It's a spelling competition that students will do. It was started in the States, and I think in Canada. That's where it's
okay.
We decided to adopt the same concept in Zimbabwe.
All right.
So what we do, students will apply. I mean, the students who feel very good in spelling competitions. Yes, they will apply. Then we'll enroll them for the competition. So it depends, because we normally do regional competitions. We do competitions in Harare and Bulawayo. Then we do the national competition. Yes. So once we do with the national competitions, the winners will go to the Africa Spelling Bee Championships. Africa Spelling Bee Championships. They every year we do Africa Spelling Bee Championships. The last time it was in South Africa.
Okay.
Before that, Uganda, Kenya. We've sent teams to Uganda, to Kenya, to South Africa, and in December, this coming December, we are sending a team to Malawi.
Right.
Zimbabwe for the first.
Right. I see.
Yes.
I see.
So, but basically, we like this. It's not just spelling competition. At the end of the day, it's not just spelling competition.
Yes.
Spelling competition.
That's
no, there is more to that. The students will come together. It will be more like a boot camp kind of an arrangement. They will meet other students. They will study together. They will create relationships. And even if we send them to the Africa Spelling Bee Championships, they will meet other students. Because the competition, they will normally send them out for maybe 10 days. So they'll get there. They'll meet students from other countries, Nigeria. They'll meet opportunities along the way.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing, Advocate. So tell me, according to your perspective, how do you see the African, let me say, Zimbabwean education going, or African education going in particular?
So basically what I think is that I think we, as a country, I'm taking this from experience. Like right now, I'm in the United States of America.
Yes.
Best. In my experience here, I've noted that it's good that as a country we start now to move away from a more academic-oriented educational system.
Exactly.
More skills, skills-oriented kind of education. Because right now, if you don't have a tangible skill, it's gonna be so hard. It's gonna be so hard for you to get employed.
You gave me another question again in mind. I remember this other episode that I did, which was talking about career guidance. Like let me give you an example of China. If you look at China, their children, they are busy studying practical things while we are doing curriculum what. Then when you are Form 4, you are still trying to find what can I do in life? What am I best at? But in other countries, you realize that a child identified, or she was identified that she can do this at a younger age. So now they were able to specialize and to groom that person, that young person, which are competent in the world. So that's what we're looking in Africa. What I've seen, that you end up studying something around Form 4, Form 5, Form 6 in the NSA, there is grade 12. You end up being grade 12, but you do not know exactly what you want to study or what you are good at. So I think it relates to something that you have experienced in the States.
So basically, right now, if you, I mean, for like what's happening right now in the world,
yes,
for you to position yourself well for opportunities, you really must have a skill.
Exactly.
So not taking anything away from other programs like psychology, sociology, or something like that. I'm not taking anything away from that. Yes, but you realize that somebody who has a very tangible can easily find a job. And most employers prefer those kind of people. What is it? What skill do you have?
Exactly.
Something like that. So basically, we should focus towards, towards that direction where we provide, or where our system endeavor to provide the skills that are really required in this modern society. In this modern society, because right now I see a lot of people say I did political science, I did what, but they don't have a skill. They don't have a skill, any skill. Like, so what skill do you, Advocate, what can you do?
Advocate, you spoken about something that is very important, because I've realized that at University of Zimbabwe and other colleges around Zimbabwe, I'm talking about what I have seen. You'd see 3,000, 4,000 graduates who have studied psychology, who have studied sociology, who have studied this. It's good to study this because we need these people in the society. But like what you are saying, you need to have something, a skill that you know, because for a country to grow, we need engineers, we need electrical engineers, we need people with skills that will bring the economy to where it was. But if we have 10,000 graduates of people who are reading scholars, that means we will struggle to go where we want to go, because what we need are skills, people who are skilled to do something that will bring the economy back.
Yes. And once you have a skill, imagine, I just want to give you an example. Right now, we have seen a lot of people moving to the UK, right?
Yes.
I mean, I've been seeing them on the news and everything. And those are nurses, right? Yeah. Nurses or mostly nurses. A nurse is a skill.
It is.
Yes, it's different from. So I was telling my cousin in Zimbabwe. She's in Karoi. He did some other program, and I was like, why can't you just do nursing?
Yes, it's not too late.
Because if you do nursing and you are more employable, than whatever program that did. You see, something like that. But anyway, I think our education system should improve and also should start to focus on providing real skills.
So what you think? Because I was talking to my partner this other day, and I was saying, you know what? I'm in this industry as a mechanical engineer. I've seen what's needed, what's not needed. So I feel like this boy, I'm going to try to see if he likes to go into my trade, but not specifically what I did, but I've seen we are lacking mechanical engineers, we are lacking this and that. So we'll see if he likes to follow suit. Ndoku, that's what we need as parents to see. These skills that are lacking. Let's try to see if this boy wants to do this. If he wants to, then it's fine. Because it's also our job as parents to channel our kids to do what we think needs to be done. Then the educational system, we also add something, but we as parents will try to play our role.
Yes, and also another thing I don't know. In Zimbabwe, it's so hard to change a career.
It is. But
in the United States, it's so easy to change a career.
It's easy.
So also I'm saying this because sometimes if say you pursue a certain career and you see it's not working, like if you're in Zimbabwe,
yes,
if your career path is not working, sometimes you have no any other option, because you can't just change a career just like that.
Yeah, besides changing a career also, but you also think about the amount of money that you spend going there. Because I remember, I know it's happening to a lot of people that for you to start first year to your fourth year, it's a struggle to get money to pay it. And it's, how can a person change career when you struggle to study your degree? You can't even study another degree. So that's, I think, one of the challenges I've seen also home.
So people now think of changing careers as starting another degree. It's not that. There are certain pathways you can just take. I just want to give you an example. Like, say here, there are certain courses that you can do, maybe data analytics. Data analytics, if you do those courses, it may be like 5-6 months of doing that course.
Yes.
And that course can, once you're done with that course, yes, you are easily employable, and you'll be earning maybe close to maybe over 150,000 a year. But it's a course that took you maybe just 5 months or so, 5-6 months or so, because it's a skill oriented. It's a skill course. So it's not like when you think of changing a career, you now start to think of starting a 4-year degree program. It's not like that.
Now I get you.
You see, it's not like that. So in Zimbabwe, sometimes once you start to think of, hey, this is not working, then when you start to think of changing a career, you are now starting to think of going back to college again and start another program. It's not like that. So our system should also be open to things like that, where you can just do a certain skills course. Then once you're done with that course, then you should be, employable. So it's not just to think like somebody with a degree is just the best person,
Yes, and also to add to what you have said, there is this my workmate that I work with. He got a daughter who's around 17, 18. So we were talking about the skills that are lacking, not the skills that are lacking, but I've seen us as parents, we would feel proud that my child went to A level, my child did A, B, C, and D. But I've realized in the industry that I'm working in FMCG, that we call fast moving consumer good. There are people who are living better life with certificates, with diplomas. Someone who did fitting and turning. Someone who did what do you call it? Hydraulics and pneumatics. That's a 1-year course that someone might do.
It's a 1-year course.
Exactly.
It's a skills course. It's a skills course.
For this FMCG to work, they work with hydraulics, they work with pneumatics. So they need these people. So I was just telling him that, my brother, you see your child, if she doesn't proceed to go further, do not be ashamed. I've seen a lot of people who are living good life right now. They started electrical engineering, which is 3-year course or even a 2-year course, but they are living good. Someone who started plumbing but is living good. So it's also good as people, young people, to encourage one another when we meet them. No, it's not always about going to university, but it's about finding and getting a skill that will make you or your child or your brother employable.
Exactly. You are right there.
Yeah, Advocate, I thank you very much for having us on the show, and I've learned a lot from you, and also the amazing job that you're doing right here in Zimbabwe. And I wish that if we have more people like you, the world will be a better place.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being on your show. I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you very much.